I was super excited about my nephew. And so, yeah, all of that has been taken away from our family. So we're distraught right now.
Police are investigating a possible homicide after a pregnant woman's body was found this morning in Riverview Park. News4JAX reporter Brianna Andrews is following the story and has more on the investigation.
Around 6:30 this morning, police discovered a pregnant woman's dead body at Riverview Park.
We are treating this investigation as a suspicious death with foul play suspected.
According to police, the victim is a Black woman. The rest of her identity remains unknown. Right now, there's no estimation of how long her lifeless body lied there or when she died. Law enforcement is out here investigating the incident. We spoke with a resident who's been here for about 20 years. He says even though this is a pretty good neighborhood, he's not surprised about what happened.
In this day and age, I'm not shocked. And, you would have to know what are the circumstances. This could have been something that happened somewhere else and ended up there.
Futch lives on the nicer side of this neighborhood, a gorgeous waterfront view, what some would call paradise. But just a few feet away towards the park, it's the complete opposite. Garbage, debris, and rundown homes. Futch says the neighborhood just isn't the same.
The biggest thing that we need is just routine patrols, and when you have cops coming through, then the criminals find someplace else.
This incident is under investigation.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is now investigating the death of this pregnant woman and her unborn son over the weekend as murders. The family of 21-year-old Felicia Jones shared that photo with News4JAX.
Reporter Renee Beninati is live from Riverview Park, where her body was found over the weekend. Renee, Jones' family spoke with you.
Tom, I did talk to her family, who is obviously devastated. Her aunt tells me they were preparing to celebrate the birth of her little boy in just weeks. Instead, they're now preparing to lay their two loved ones to rest. Now, here's a photo of Jones at her baby shower. Her family says she was due to give birth to her son, McKyland, in less than 2 weeks. JSO says around 6:30 Saturday morning, the 21-year-old's body was found by a person walking here in Riverview Park. Her unborn son, also did not survive. Initially, the sheriff's office announced they suspected foul play. Today, News4JAX confirmed their deaths are now being investigated as murders.
Because she is carrying a child on the inside of her, that's another life, another human being. If she dies as a result of what the suspects did to her, shooting her, stabbing her, whatever manner of death it was, then that person will be charged with a double murder.
Details are extremely limited on this investigation. It is unclear how Jones was murdered, where she was killed, or if there are any suspects. Of course, we are working to gather those details. Now, tonight you can see there is this Crime Stopper sign here at the park. The sheriff's office says if you have any information about this case, call Crime Stoppers. Tonight, her family is also pleading for answers so they can get justice and closure for their loved ones.
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said that they have captured a suspect wanted for murdering a pregnant woman as well as her unborn child. The family of 21-year-old Felicia Jones tells us the suspect was the father-to-be. Jones was found shot to death in Riverview Park this past Saturday and was set to give birth to her son just a few days from now. The sheriff's office says 19-year-old Reginald Perry, he turned himself in after he was identified as a suspect. He's being held without bond right now in the Duval County Jail, and he's set to face the judge for his first appearance at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Tonight, the family of a pregnant woman found dead this morning in a Jacksonville park is speaking only to First Coast News. The JSO homicide unit is investigating. They're calling her death suspicious with foul play suspected. On your side's Dawn White spoke to the victim's aunt, and she has a plea tonight from the family.
Felicia Jones turned 21 on September 6th, and she was 9 months pregnant. Her young, promising life came to a sudden and abrupt end here at Riverview Park.
we're not taking it well right now. You know, we want answers. We want to know why. We don't understand who would do such a disgusting crime. It's sickening.
Someone called police around 6:30 Saturday morning after finding Felicia unresponsive in the park.
We were shocked. The baby was set to be here in just 2 weeks. So this is a shock to our family, and we're devastated.
Felicia was due to give birth to her son, McKyland, on October 8th.
Felicia, better known as Fifi, she was a beautiful person inside and out. She had that bubbly spirit. Even if she was going through something, you wouldn't be able to tell because she was that type of person where she had a lot of strength, and she was super excited about being a first-time mom.
Angelica Williams, Felicia's aunt, said she was a friend to everyone and had no known enemies.
Yeah, we want to let the world know that, you know, she was loved. Her baby was expected. We wanted this baby. I was super excited about my nephew. And so, yeah, all of that has been taken away from our family. So we're distraught right now.
The family is pleading with people to come forward if you have any information on her death.
I want Jacksonville to come together on this. We can't let this go. We can't let this slide. We need everybody to come together. This was a whole unborn baby ready to be born in 2 weeks. A beautiful young lady who just turned 21 this month.
The family now has 2 funerals to pay for. They have set up a GoFundMe page, and we have a link to it on our website, firstcoastnews.com. In Riverview, Dawn White, First Coast News, on your side.
Another top story we're following. A 19-year-old Jacksonville man is charged with murdering a woman and her unborn child last weekend. Reginald Perry had his first appearance today before a judge. Felicia Jones was 21 years old. Her family says she was a bright young woman with a bright future. News 4 Jax reporter Marilyn Parker has been following the developments and is joining us live. Marilyn.
So the man accused of this murder turned himself in. We don't know their relationship. I asked Jones' sister. She said she was not aware. But Jones' family, they were ready and expecting to welcome in a new life. Instead, they lost both. A young woman dead, along with her unborn child. This man, 19-year-old Reginald Perry, accused of their murder. He had a first appearance today. The judge denied his bond.
Your bonds will be none.
We spoke with Mad Dads, an organization that supports victims of violent crimes, about this case.
It didn't have to end this way, but now we have 3 lives gone.
Jones' sister says she was a beautiful, bright-spirited young lady, and she didn't deserve what happened. Jones was found dead Saturday, lying on the ground near a dock at Riverview Park. Police say her autopsy showed she was shot and was pregnant. Detectives say their investigation identified Perry Jr. as a possible suspect. We asked Jones' sister what their connection was, but she said she didn't know. Her sister says she was so excited about the baby and was ready to be a mom. Jordan says he's glad JSO moved as fast as they did, getting this family some kind of peace.
I just want the family to know that the community supports them. We love them. Mad Dads is here for the family, and we just grieving with y'all right now.
We're told Perry's next court date is scheduled for October 21st.
Felicia's friends tell me they were shocked to learn it was the unborn baby's father.
It's just unbelievable.
An arrest in the murder of 21-year-old Felicia Jones has left her friends with more questions than answers.
The whole situation is just random. It's crazy.
Felicia was 9 months pregnant when she was shot and killed in Riverview Park last Saturday. Days later, JSO investigators say 19-year-old Reginald Perry turned himself in for the crime. This is video of Perry's first appearance in court. He's facing 2 charges of murder in the second degree. The judge issued him no bond. Friends and family identified Perry as the unborn baby's father. His involvement in the crime is what confuses friends Michaela and Honesty.
He wanted the baby, so hearing that he did this, nothing's adding up. It doesn't really make sense to me of why he did this.
Friends say what else doesn't add up is how Felicia ended up in the park.
She's 13 minutes from her house driving-wise. She doesn't have a car, neither does he, so how did y'all get to the park?
Michaela says she had spoken to Felicia the night before she died, and it it didn't appear anything was off. Last they knew, Felicia and Perry were in a relationship.
Were they going through any problems? You know, it's a lot of questions. You get what I'm saying? Like, when did he even get a gun? Like, how did any of this happen?
What they do know and will always remember is how special Felicia was.
With every piece of my being, do not let her memory die, because she was somebody that was important in this world, big or small.